Hello there. Welcome to week 6. So last week I set 2 goals for this week. The first was to increase running distance by 5 to 10%, and the second was to reintegrate pull-ups, push-ups, and ab training into my regimen. For the first goal, last week, if I look at my notes, I ran 14.2 miles, spread over 3 sessions. This week, I ran 23.3 miles, spread over 5 sessions. So more than the 5 to 10% I had intended to increase, but running felt good this week. And I didn't have any issues or nagging soreness, so I think the increase was all right. I'm thinking for next week, I'll try and hold it at this mileage just to make sure that everything's still all right, though if things are feeling great, I may continue to increase mileage, perhaps up into the high 20s. Who knows? Another interesting thing looking at the data was last week, my fastest pace was over 3.2 miles, and I was running 11 minutes 4 seconds a mile. This week, running 4 miles, I ran 10 minutes 2 second per mile pace. So perhaps a little bit of a difference since I'm running more in the mornings now and it's a little bit cooler, but that is a pretty big pace, 62 seconds faster per mile on average. So that's promising for what I'm aiming for in the 2-mile run. I'm going to need to be somewhere in the 7 to 8 minute mile range as I recall, so seeing that I've dropped about a minute over the course of a week, even if there are some extra factors in there, is reassuring that in the next month or so, perhaps by middle to end of August when school starts, I'll be able to hit that time on the 2-mile run. And mind you, these runs, although slightly different miles, are roughly at the same heart rate, right around the 150 to 155 beats a minute range. So the effort is about the same. And when it comes to the 2-mile run, I'm willing to step above the 150 to 155 beats a minute range, so I should have additional speed there as well. For the pull-ups, push-ups, and abs, I'd say overall it went fairly well. I did pull-ups on Monday, abs on Tuesday, push-ups on Wednesday, and then repeated that cycle for the next 3 days. It didn't seem to have any adverse effects on my rucking, and I worry about that because sometimes you get sore up here or your back, and that can create issues with straps on the ruck, but it seemed that I was all right there. I'm going to continue to try out this schedule for the next week and see just how well it works out, especially as I ramp up and increase repetitions on push-ups and pull-ups and increase the duration on activities for abs like planks or reps for sit-ups or crunches. And speaking of rucking, by the way, very similar to last week, just Tuesday and Thursday still. Last week was 11.4 miles. This week was 13.1. But last week's miles were much quicker. I was under 90 minutes for the 6 miles, whereas this week it was a lot more walking, very little running, though I did end up heading out to Ratcliffe Lake out on the Davy Crockett National Forest to just enjoy the trails, and it turned out that there were about 3 times the elevation gain of where I have been rucking, so just a different set of stresses this week. Not necessarily better or worse, just different, and we'll see how my body adapts to that over the next couple of weeks. Though I'm confident in rucking more than any of the other goals that I will definitely hit my goal by the end of August. All right. So I think that takes care of everything interesting for week 6. Week 7, again, just to recap, I'm looking to hold steady at the 23, 24 mile mark, though I'd be willing to go up a little bit further if the runs are feeling good. Rucking is going to stay the same, just Tuesdays, Thursdays, somewhere between, say, 10 and 14 miles. And then Pull-ups, abs, and push-ups are just going to have increasing repetitions or duration to start building up into achieving those goals. All right. Hopefully you're seeing progress like I am. Hopefully you're feeling good and you're able to stick with the plan you have and that you can achieve your goals. Until next time, cheers.